So what if I don't dream much, and other questions about dreams? Welcome to our Q&A. This is the 11th video in our series on decoding dreams. Let's start with that one, and I brought a few more questions too. So there can be many reasons why you don't dream. It could be you're not sleeping that well. It could be that you have medication that you're taking that is blocking your ability to dream. It could be that you're so busy during the day that you just don't need to dream. You've got a full plate. A very common reason, though, is that you haven't really paid attention to your dreams, and so they don't really show up. If you want to cultivate a dream practice, one thing you can do is set the intention every single night. I'm going to try to remember my dreams when I wake up. It may take a few weeks. There's some kind of a time lag in Psyche's time measurement thing. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it may take a few weeks or it may start immediately, but that's a way to cultivate things. Here's something mysterious. And for these last few videos of this series, we're going to get more mysterious, a little more esoteric. And the mysterious thing is that oftentimes the dreaming doesn't stay in the night world. It can actually extend during the day. So case in point, you can ask for dreams about things that are troubling you or puzzling you, things that you're working on. You can go to sleep, and it's called dream incubation. You ask your unconscious or whoever you think makes the dream, what about this issue? And sometimes you'll have a dream as a response. Sometimes you won't. And this happens a lot, where you go to bed a couple of nights and you're asking, well, this difficulty I'm facing, do you have any advice for me? Nothing happens. And then some kind of random thing in the outer world takes place. Or, like you walk by a couple of people who are talking about nothing directly related to you, but one of them happens to make a statement and it's the answer. That happens quite a lot. Happens so much that the ancient Greeks had a word for it. They call it a cledon, C-L-E-D-O-N. So sometimes the dreaming goes on outside of us. Let's see, one other thing to say about this. So when you are trying to have dreams or get in touch with your dream life and it's not working, ask loved ones if their dreams have shifted. Because sometimes we dream for each other. Don't know exactly how it works, but it's common enough that clinicians and analysts will sometimes see that happen. Or if you do groups, I've seen this a lot of times with groups of students where I'm teaching them dreaming techniques, and one student in particular seems like the holder of the group's dreams. It's very common. So next question, nightmares, what are those about? Oftentimes they're about something you're not quite ready to face. It may not be disastrous outer world news. It could just be something that's a startling insight and it represents a transition in your life. So sometimes that's what nightmares are about. They can have other reasons too. Unprocessed trauma, for instance. Precognitive dreams. So we can pretend these don't exist, but there's so much documentation that they do that to pretend they don't exist is actually a denial of reality. Don't know how they work either, but we don't have to necessarily get metaphysical about this. We just realize that our intuition, our unconscious perception is constantly doing things with information that we don't consciously know about. Carl Jung had dreams about the First World War a year before it broke out. This is actually fairly common. So it comes up. Dreams about sex don't necessarily mean outer world relationships of any kind. They can mean that whoever the partner is in the dream is a part of you that you're getting closer to, that you're becoming more intimate with. Dreams that are lucid, so where you wake up in the dream and you know that you're dreaming. Those are cool. I love those. You can actually cultivate those. So in TikTok is a dream practitioner expert named Ryan Hurd, H-U-R-D. Look him up. He knows all about this stuff. I don't cultivate those. I just sort of enjoy them when they happen. And then last question, what about if you die in a dream? So I think we all know, if you've had a dream like that, you know perfectly well that you'll survive when you wake up. But dying in a dream sometimes can indicate that there's a part of your life that you're done with. So try holding it on that level and seeing where that goes. All right.